I myself am recovering from a hip flexor strain. Today we're going to talk about types of stretches you can do to prevent further injury. And yes, you can work out with a hip flexor strain. You just got to listen to your body. And when you start to feel pain, stop doing that. Do a different position or try something different. To begin this stretch, you find a bench or you can find a box. I'm doing just, the normal knee to chest, and being that I like the bench, I feel that you can actually really focus more on the muscle or on the muscles you're trying to stretch. Here you'll see me stretching my leg out. You just kind of find different ways. What works for you? Everyone's different. I found that bending my leg backwards, I could feel it more in my hip flexor. I do experience pain while I am doing these stretches. I'm not pulling too hard. You do it very nice and slow. Give that muscle a chance to expand, and it really did help. One advancement I did with this bench is when you take your bum and have it off of the bench, you can get more of a stretch that way. Only do this move if you feel that you're able to do it. Give your body time. If this is too much at the beginning of your hip flexor injury, try laying it flat on the ground. It's a bit easier for your hip flexor, and it's not as bad on your injury. When I recorded this video, it was about 2 to 3 weeks post-injury. Now it's been quite much later and I am healed. Just keep in mind, it does take a while. It took me a couple of months to get fully healed. So patience, be patient, and remember to do these stretches before your workout. You do not want to strain it even more. With the same bench, we're going to do knee to floor lunges. You're going to rest one leg on the bench and the other one you're going to do a lunge. It is quite challenging, especially on the side that you have your strain. You're going to have to focus on it. You know why? Because you have to train your leg to take on that weight again, and using natural body weight. You can't do it too hard, too fast. When it came to my squats, I was doing 185 squat, and I had to go all the way down to 25-pound weights on each side, and even that was a bit of a challenge. Next is a very elementary school style stretch, and anyone who has done any sort of sport type thing knows what this thing is. You've done it in elementary school, so I don't even have to explain this one.
This next stretch is a multitude of different stretches. I like to do these on my leg days. So you want to lean forward into a lunge. You want your left leg outside of your arms. Then you want to extend that left leg, really feel the stretch, and put your arms in between the legs to get a solid stretch. And I like to do it over and over and really just focus on my muscles and making sure that they are properly stretched. Next is what I believe yoga calls an up dog, and then we're going to cycle into the previous stretches.
Actually learned this move, or some of this move, from Chris Geethan off of bodybuilding.com. He is phenomenal about weightlifting, and I learned that one from him, and he's he can lift some weight, so that's pretty much, listen to it.
This one you may be very familiar with, maybe you did in elementary school, but I did this a lot in cheerleading. Anywho, yeah, just spread your legs, lean forward, go as low as you can. You don't have to go all the way if it doesn't feel right, if it feels too much. I then do a standing up dog kind of thing. I walk it out, and then I'll push my head, down, and kind of push and feel those muscles. Make sure your heels are on the ground because you want to stretch those muscles. This is a repeat of the stretch I was doing earlier. Just a good insight on how I was doing it. Figured a better angle will give you more of an idea. But you see, I repeatedly do this particular exercise because I feel like I work out legs a lot, so I would recommend stretching your legs a lot so that you don't pull something like I did, like my hip flexor.
While I'm trying to think of the next move, I'm running through all the other muscle groups, the legs and everything, and making sure I'm in a good spot for my next move.
Especially for those who like to do the treadmill, doing this stretch is going to help a lot. It'll help prevent shin splints, just kind of getting your muscles ready for that type of movement on a treadmill. So as you can see, I try to get my foot as parallel with the wall as I can, and I push with the other leg to get in that stretch.
I don't know why I do this, but every time I finish that stretch, I will do this for my shins, trying to stretch out the shins. Here we're going to focus more on the upper leg again.
This particular stretch is designed, you lay down flat and you bring say if it was your left leg, you'll bring your left leg to your right side, and I like to stay as flat as calm as possible and just really feel that stretch, and I hold it for about 5 to 8 seconds until I feel like I've gotten a good stretch in that.
I finished that move with the laying down version of what I did at the very beginning with the box, because you cannot be overstretched. Alright everybody, now we're stretched. I feel like we're stretched enough. No matter what exercise you choose to do, your hip flexors should not be affected. And if you do something where you feel it, go a bit slower, listen to your body. If you feel like it can't handle it, put it down, move on to the next. It is a process. It took me over 2 months to get healed. It's okay. You're gonna get healed and you'll be right back. Now go lift that weight. Take it slow. You got this. I believe in you and I know you can do it. Do not let any injury set you back from your goals and where you want to be at. It takes longer. It's 10 step forwards, 5 step back. You got this. I believe in you. Now go. Have fun. See you next time.